And that whilst your purpose
that you've signed up to
your
and we share together is to be your best in all you do.
And greatness can only be measured by the difference between before you showed up and after you showed up. If I look at the number of people whose lives have been transformed by your voice, that's how we measure your greatness. I've been told to talk to you about the perfect plan. And I'm sure some people have been hearing some things, so what I'm saying is not even, but just help me type it out there, the perfect plan. I'm tripping in advance of this message because I'm hearing it. I heard it maybe the last 5 minutes. And this is, forget that thing you wanted to say. This is what I want you to say. It's the perfect plan. I'm not asking you to go and ask them what I told them. Don't worry, they'll figure that out. So, what is the perfect plan? So I'm going to give you two scriptures, right? That just hit me like I have never understood it before, so that I can explain to you what's exactly why you are here, how you are here, what to do. So you guys know that in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29 and verse 11, everybody remembers that one, okay? God says, "For I know my plans," in other words, my thoughts towards you. And by saying I know, let us be clear, you don't. So he understood, I know it. Unfortunately, you don't know it. But this is where I have to help you get it. And I'm not saying me, Fela, helping you get it. God saying, I want to help you get it. So my thoughts towards you, just a good hint, they are of good. But let me also quickly give you hint, they are not of evil. So if, just in case you are not sure whether to trust it, whether it is profit and loss, whether it is up and down, whether it is, let me be clear. No, they are of good and not of evil. In me, there cannot be profit and loss. There may be loss and profit, but never profit and loss. Loss can never come after profit, not in me. Good and bad, bad can never come after good, not in me. Ups and downs, down can never come after up, not in me. Those are worldly contamination, corruption of what I said. What I said was down and up. What I said was bad and good. What I said was darkness and light. I never said light and darkness. That is why God never said, and day one of creation, and there was morning and there was evening. No, that's not what he said. He said there was evening and there was morning, because evening can never come after morning. Morning will always be the end of the matter, meaning as long as it is dark, it is not yet the end of the day. If you are not comfortable, if you are not happy, your marriage is not yet over. Because listen to me, the end of the matter is morning. The end of the matter is good. The end of the matter is profit. The end of the matter. So you have to understand, everything you are going through that is not yet where you want it to be means that it is not yet the end of the matter. But the world corrupted us. So he says, I know my thoughts towards you. It's not good and evil. It is good and not evil. And then he said to bring you to an expected end. So let's be clear. There, for each and every one of us, before we were formed, there was an expected end. God is not living with us. God cannot be taken by surprise. There is nothing that is ever going to happen to you that God will say, oh my God. However, there are certain things that can happen in the course of your life that can derail you from the original plan. But as you know, when you're driving and you're using the map, the Google Maps or any of the other, once you do something, it says recalculating, and it will take you, because the expected end was set before the trip was started. So let us be clear. And I see somebody crying right now. You will get there. Leave story. God said, my thoughts towards you, they're good thoughts. He says, my plans for you, they're good plans. And those plans are to deliver you to an expected destination. And we know also from the Romans chapter 12 and verse 2, he says, don't be conformed to the patterns of the thinking of this world, which says profit and loss. Don't be conformed to these patterns of good and bad. Don't be conformed. That's not me speaking. That is the patterns of this world. He says, but you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Meaning that there is likely that the programming that you have experienced from home, from school, from society is warped. You can't arrive at where I'm going. He says, only when you have been renewed in your mind can you experience the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God. So now let me get you guys, I'm getting you somewhere. I didn't come to preach to you guys. I came to just set you guys on the path of a perfect plan. So once I renew my mind, I am now able to experience this thing that God describes as good. But that thing he called good is also perfect. So when he said my thoughts or my plans towards you are good, what he's also saying is my plans towards you are perfect. Which means that when you follow through on his plans, there is no better plan than that one that he has. And there is no better place than the one that he created you for. You have to trust that statement, otherwise nothing about God is worth following. If you are smarter than God, I can entrust your life to you. But I am not as smart as God is. I don't have the resources. I don't have the length of time. I don't have the experience. I don't have the foresight. I don't have the people. Listen, I am too limited to be a manager of my own life. And why would I want to struggle with the one that has everything? Who said he's leading me somewhere? And then me that I've never been on this side of the earth before, and now want to begin to think that, oh, well, can I, will I, should I? Come on. Anybody feel me? So let us understand, and I'm going to ask you to do it again because this thing is just blowing up in me. There is a perfect plan. Somebody help me put it out. Perfect plan. You guys want to hear the perfect plan? Can I tell you? Can I tell you the perfect plan? Are you guys ready? Are you sure? I'm really teasing you guys. I know I'm torturing you guys now. Okay, you know what? Let's just not worry. Let's not worry. Let's go back. Let's just focus on the things. This is Speak for Gold. It's a master class for speaking. So let us leave perfect plan alone. Let's leave that. Let's leave that. Let's move on to something else. Anybody else? Let's move on. Just kidding. You guys know I won't let you down. Are you ready for the first plan? Are you ready for the perfect plan? All right, so we're going to read the perfect plan I've just been told, it's not like I've ever understood this before. From Romans chapter 8 and verse 17. Listen to the perfect plan. Listen to the perfect plan. Let me start from verse 16 so that we can. So this is the Spirit. Again, God speaking, telling you who you are. Now we are told, verse 16, anybody wants to put it out there, it's fine. It says the Spirit himself, that is God himself, testifies with our spirit. So this means that this is the Spirit of God speaks to your spirit. So if, in a sense, that's the only place you can get the info. It's spirit to spirit. It's like AM to AM, FM to FM. You can't receive FM signals, radio signals, if you are using an AM transmitter. And you cannot use an AM, you can't receive AM transmitter if you are using, you guys know what I'm talking about. So, okay. So this is a spiritual conversation. This is a spiritual insight. So if anybody is upset about these guys are being too deep in the spirit, understand that unfortunately this thing, except you don't want it, except you don't want this dominion, it's a spiritual matter. So hear it. The Spirit himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children. So now we know who we are. I know I'm not my mother's child. So some of you may have heard me, if you've been around long enough, tell you how I call my children bro. So we hail each other bro. Hey bro, hi bro. And one of the days when I first called them bro, it was because I got a revelation that God has no grandchildren, right? And that the person I'm calling my child is kidnapping, because if you take somebody else's child and keep that person, then you're kidnapping that child. So I help my children to understand that God is their Heavenly Father, just as He's my Heavenly Father. And so in a way, they are just my brothers. It's just that I came earlier than them. And then my job was to facilitate their arrival, and then to also guide them in the pathway of knowing who their father was, just like I have known who my father is. So I am at best, you remember what used to happen in boarding house? You'll have somebody that they call school father, right? Anybody remember that? He's not your father. And so let us be clear, I am only a school father. And this earth is like boarding house. That's exactly what it is. We are sent here from home. We are sent here for the term. When the term is over, we will go back home. And as many of you who went to boarding house will know, that many times when the term is over and you are busy playing around, one day you just hear somebody come and say, hey, Durotoye, fella, your driver is here, or your father is here, or your mother is here. And regardless of whatever you are doing, how much fun you're having with your mates, whether they are going to be crying and say, God bless you till we meet again. Listen, your parents will receive you, and it is never a loss to them. It is a loss to the people who you are sent to be with for a small period of time. So let us be clear. There is always rejoicing in heaven when you come back home, because the same way you rejoice when your kids come back from boarding house is the same way they rejoice. This is boarding house, guys. This place is boarding house. You are only here to get some things learned, to sort some things out, to prepare you, but you are going back home. It's just boarding house. So we are just here as school father, school mother, but we are all brothers. Let's be clear. And we are all students. So let's go. Now let's get to the perfect plan. Now, if we are children, like to say, okay, so let us assume this to be true. Let us assume that God cannot lie and that we are truly God's children. If this is true, then it must mean that we are heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ. Meaning, guys, get this right. Oh my God, if it is true that I'm a child of God, then I own the earth. My mom owns the school. I own this school. I'm not just a student. I own it. And it's been willed to me. So let me be clear to every teacher that is beating me now. Just know you are actually my employee. It's just that, wait, once I enter into the place where I assume dominion and authority and fullness, then you will know who's boss. But until then, hear this. If indeed we share in his sufferings in order that we may share in his glory. Once again, look at the order. Look at the order. Look at the order. It was not glory and then sufferings. It was sufferings and then glory. I told you, it is not profit and loss. It is loss and profit. It is not good and bad. It is bad and good. The plan does not have a downside. Okay, listen to the plan. Now, I consider that our present sufferings are not worthy comparing with the, listen to this, glory that will be revealed. So if you're going through anything, understand that every pain you're going through has glory in it. The pain is like the shell of an egg. Inside it is the yolk. That is what will benefit, nourish, and that's what people want to buy. But we get the shell, we get the yolk with the shell in it. The pain is the shell of the glory. So as Coach Beams will always help us understand that your pain has a purpose, but that is not the end of the matter. Your pain has profit in it. So the egg yolk and the egg, that's the real McCoy, right? So listen to this. That thing is coming. It's coming. I'm going to take you there so that I have to finish this quickly. Listen to the plan. For the creation, which is where we are currently, that is the thing that we have already inherited, but we are still children, so we don't know yet. For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God. No, the creation knows that you are here. It says it waits for the children of God to be revealed. Another one says, for the creation waits with eager longing for the revealing. In other words, for the showcasing, for the unveiling. Another one says, for the earnest expectation of the creation, waits for the manifestation of the sons of God. He knows the sons of God are here. He's just waiting for the sons of God. Now, remember that we were told that we are children, but it doesn't yet mean that we are sons. Because unto us a child is born, but the gift of sonship is given. And who are the sons of God? They that are led by not their mind, not the circumstances, so you are born a heir, but you are not in charge. But the moment you now begin to walk with the Spirit, aka abide, now you become a son. And the manifestation of that son is what the earth has been waiting for. Now listen to this. This is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets interesting, guys. This is where it gets interesting. Listen to this. For the earth was subjected to frustration, not by its own choice. So there was trouble, challenges. This is the perfect plan, guys. The earth was blessed with problems, not because it wanted problems. No, but by the will of the one who subjected it in hope. What hope? Hope, remember what he said, to bring you to an expected end. So he was saying, to get you to that expected end, I threw problems at the earth. Why? Why would God give the earth problems? Because your solution has no value without problem. So here it is. You are carrying a solution. But for the earth to know that you are the real McCoy, the earth needs a problem for you to solve. The moment you solve the problem, the earth recognizes that you are the one, understands that the only way you could have known how to solve this problem was by the Spirit, which means that you are abiding, which means that you are a son, which means that you are the one, which means we are here. We are now your inheritance. So let us be clear. The gold in the earth was not meant for the earth. The platinum in the earth was not meant for the earth. The silver in the earth was not meant for the earth. What can the earth do with gold? What does the earth want to do with oil? What does the earth want to do with any of the things that were given into the earth? Every precious thing that was gifted to the earth was so that the hair could. Because to give you an earth without riches is to give you an inheritance without value. So every good thing is for you. But to be sure you can handle it, it says, I have told the earth to withhold it from you until you are ready. How will the earth know you are ready? When you are able to solve the problems that I blessed the earth with. Because as soon as you can solve the problems I blessed the earth with, I know that that means that you have been working with me. And you are no longer a child, you are a son. And because you are a son, now you can enter into the heirship. You can enter into the authority of this thing that I gifted you. So let me tell you what the perfect plan was. God created the earth. God blessed the earth. God gave the earth a problem. God created you. God blessed you. God gave you a solution. God said to you, I am giving you myself. I am telling you by the Spirit, if you walk with me, I will show you the solution you have and the problem that you are meant to solve. Every time you solve that problem, you will create value, and the earth will reward you with everything I have given for you to live the life of a king on earth. So you are not meant to suffer. No, the earth is meant to suffer. And those who don't know me may suffer with it. You are meant to hear me so that you can come up with a solution that I have already gifted you. You didn't work for the solution. It's not your problem. I gave you the solution just the same way I gave the earth the problem. When I blessed the earth, I blessed the earth with a problem. When I blessed you with a solution. That was why I never asked of you to be seedful. I asked for you to be fruitful, because I put the seed with which you will bear fruit inside you. I didn't ask of you. I didn't start you off asking for your effort. I started you off asking for you to bear fruit. But until you abide in me, you cannot bear fruit. See me sweating like, wow, this is too much. The fire is too much. The fire is too much. It's like my head is on fire. The plan is faultless. The plan is flawless. You are a word. I put a message inside you. I gave the earth a people who needed your message. The moment you ask me, I will tell you the message you are carrying and the people you are meant to go to. When you go to them with the message, they will receive you. And they will give you everything, not just what they are carrying. They will give you themselves. They will subject themselves to you, not for you to use them, but for you to lead them to a better place, because you are to use things to care for people, not to use people to care for things. It's a perfect plan. It's a perfect plan. It is a perfect plan. And the Bible speaks of the eternal weight of glory, meaning after that glory, it never comes down. If it is the thing that God did, it's not that after glory, then there's going to be shame. It's not possible. So you don't have to ever worry that you can go out of fashion, Bamike. You will never you will never be one of those ones that they will say, I remember when she used to reign. It's not possible. Because every time you abide, he will give you the next song that will release the earth into the future as you abide. Because in the place of abiding, like I said to you, look at what happened with David, like I talked about yesterday. I have 9 minutes, just 9 minutes more to go, guys. In fact, maybe less than 9 minutes, because I just need to tell you this perfect plan. Remember, I told you yesterday, David not only got foresight into the future, he saw on earth Christ, maybe easily 1,200 years or so to come. He saw Christ, right, on the cross. He saw that the one that he broke bread with betrayed him. He saw how he was betrayed for 30 pieces of silver. David saw all of those things on earth. Then he saw when Christ had gone into Hades and said, you will not leave my soul to see corruption. So David saw Christ on earth, saw Christ in hell, and then saw Christ at the right hand of God seated. David saw everything. Why? He says this one thing, I will dwell with you, and as I dwell with you, I will see the future, I will see eternity. So let me help you understand. Who are the people that should have access to innovation and to invention? Who? Now, let me be clear. Honestly, and those guys that you are seeing, they are having it. Steve Jobs went for 1 year into 1 whole year of meditation. Guess what he was doing in that time? His spirit was seeking the Spirit of God. Guess what he came back with? Apple, iPad, iMac, iPhone. Now, let me be clear. Let's just so that you get this right. Here, the Bible says the earth he has given to the sons of men. The earth he has given to the sons of men, not to the sons of God, to the sons of men. That's what he said. But you are the heirs, you are the rightful owner, but he has given it to everybody. He has given it to everybody. If you will not, if you that have access to the Holy Spirit, if you will not ride and reign, he says, listen, I have seen slaves ride on horseback and the princes are walking on foot. Let me tell you something. If you will not, I promise you, if you will not abide, other people that come to abide, even if they come by any other spirit, Buddha, any other way, I will give them the insight. They may not make the eternity part of it, but on earth they will reign. Because they have learned to be quiet. They will meditate. They will do yoga. My son asked me a question that cost me almost shame. My 16-year-old son asked me about 4 days ago, Daddy, which Christian is leading a global industry? Already, I said, um, he said, if Mo Salah scores one more goal, he will win the Golden Boot. Mo Salah is not a Christian. Already, wow, this boy has called us out. He has called all of us out, hypocrites. He has broken the table. He has scattered it. 16-year-old boy. Say, how can we be serving God? Because the earth is waiting for our manifestation. It's not waiting for us. The earth knows we're here. But the fact that we're here doesn't mean we've showed up. Why? Because the message has not yet come through. The thoughts that you receive in the place of abiding have not turned into a product. The product has not yet been marketed. It hasn't been packaged. The pricing is not yet right. The product is not available. It's not affordable. It's not accessible. Because we are still trying to keep body and soul together, forgetting that we are his. So now we have turned a light affliction into permanent eternal affliction because we don't even know who we are and we don't know whose we are. And we can't trust him because we don't know him. And it is only they that know their God that do exploits. So I know you know of God, but do you know God? Do you know God? Because you can't know him except you spend time with him. Intimacy. What you get from abiding is intimacy. What abiding deposits in you is the fruit of intimacy, the seed. That is what happens when husband and wife get to know each other intimately. Then there is a deposit of a seed that will bear fruit as a child. When you spend time in abiding, God never calls you to seek him in vain. He then deposits a seed in you. But if you go to him because of the seed, he says, no, don't come to me for the seed. Come to me for me. When you come to me for me, you will know me. And as you know me, you will know yourself because you are in my image and likeness. You cannot know yourself until you know me because you are my image. Now, when I have shown you me, then I will give you the substance with which you will go and do outstanding things. So don't come to me with an agenda. Your only agenda is me. And what I do is that I then give you my agenda. My agenda are the thoughts that I have towards you. Seek me and get the agenda. Don't come with an agenda because you will miss me and you will go back empty. David said that I will behold his beauty, meaning I'm just looking at him. I'm learning about him. I'm just spending time with the Holy Spirit and just languish. And then he says, by the way, I want you to do 50 days of impact and 50 nights of worship. Like, whoa, how am I going to do that? He says, don't worry, I have everybody set up for you. Like, what? And then I'll tell you, don't worry, I'll tell you who you will call every week and they will all be running to you. But Lord, I don't know worshipers. He says, you don't worry, I know them. But God, who am I going to invite? He says, God, don't worry yourself. I will do that. But Lord, how am I going to do 50 days without work? He said, don't worry, I'll take care of you. You lack nothing. And then at the end of 50 days, then gives you a Range Rover. Take that, my son. What? That is the perfect plan. Seek me first, and all the things that everybody else is running about, trial and error, I will give them to you. Just seek me.
Stay with me. I will tell you the plan. And when I give you the plan, I've given you everything you need to run with that plan. That's the perfect plan, guys. That's the perfect plan. And as long as you are suffering, understand there's glory ahead. The only pathway to glory is to abide, get him, get the plan, run with it, deliver on it. The earth rewards you with everything else. Ladies and gentlemen, I conclude with this statement. The plan is for you to speak for gold. Not to speak for the intent of gold, but to speak with the intent of delivering his message to the people who need it. The plan is that gold will be given to you as a reward. Shikena. Gold is not the goal. Gold is the reward. He is our goal. His will is our goal. That's the perfect plan, guys.